So let's say you have a pile of crystals and you want to know their exact frequencies. This might be for building a precise crystal ladder filter, or just to get numbers for calculating your mixer's output. But you don't actually have an accurate frequency counter, or maybe you just don't have one at all. But you do have a DDS, and you've built up an oscillator before. And you also have a radio that covers the frequency of the crystals. Hook your oscillator to power, and then stick a piece of wire into its output. Go ahead and power up your DDS, and also stick a piece of wire into its output. So I'm going to be trying to figure out the exact frequency of this crystal, and it's a 3.56 megahertz crystal. So I've got the receiver tuned up pretty close to that, and then I'm going to do the same with my DDS. So that's 3560000, and now you can hear a tone. Now that's because we're so close, or DDS is so close to the receiver, it's just picking it up. Now I'm going to also turn on the oscillator with the crystal we're trying to test in it, and you can hear faintly, slightly below the DDS frequency, the tone from the oscillator. And now I can actually tune my DDS and try to match the two tones, and then we will be trying to zero beat that signal. So I have it on 100 hertz step, right, 10 hertz, I'm going to adjust this a little bit. There we go. Okay, now you can see this needle start to move back and forth, and that means we're pretty close. So I'm going to decrease it down to 1 hertz step, and we just got faster, so we're going the wrong way. I'll go up, and there we go. That's pretty close to 0 beats per second. Alright, that's kind of like 1, so this should be right on frequency. So now that we've got the two signals matched up, now I know my crystal oscillator is oscillating at 3.559763 megahertz. And that's actually not too far off from the printed frequency. We are, what, 237 hertz off? So here's one of those $10 eBay frequency counters, and it's reading 735, 736. That only differs from a DDS reading by about 27 hertz. Obviously, neither of these methods are 100% accurate, but neither of these are lab-grade frequency standards, but they're pretty close. Now, I would trust a DDS reading slightly more than this, just because the DDS is based off of an analog devices chip, and this thing here is based off a PIC 16F 648. And these PIC's internal timers are pretty accurate, but these PICs just weren't designed specifically for building a frequency counter with. And Analog Devices is a company that specializes in signal processing chips, and they're probably going to do their jobs right. And it's great that this measurement and the other measurement are relatively close. Zero beating is how you tune into another radio station signal, and you can see that it's a method that you can also use to figure out crystal frequencies. So, glad that these kind of agree, and I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.